Hey everybody, this is Glidercat, and it is time to play more FortressCraft Evolved. This episode, we're going to do mostly just a recap on what's been going on. So we'll take a tour of just about everything, and maybe not do too much building, if anything at all. I just want to get you guys caught up with what's been going on between episodes. Let's see, I've got a bunch of stuff done. Not a lot of new building or anything, but just kind of getting things a little organized. Off in the distance here, this is just a mountain that I've been slowly chewing away at. Half for fun and half because I kind of want to level off as much of the land as I can. If I just periodically come over here and move this auto miner over 3 spots and boom, and let it just chip away. And this mountain was actually pretty huge. I've mentioned before, you don't have to do this. This is just something I'm doing kind of half, just for fun, really. Let's go. I think last episode we spent some time looking at the hive mind that we were going to do some farming on. I did a little bit of work over there. Let's go take a look at that. We're not going to do the hive mind farm this episode, but we're going to do it soon, I believe. So let's just head over there, and I'll show you what I've got going on. I've also got issues here where, see how these bug parts, they're out of range of our falkers. That's a project I need to get to as well. When I moved out the perimeter of our defenses, now our little falkers, which are the falker beacons, they're these guys, can't seem to reach all the bug parts. So that's on the list of things to do. But again, let's head over to the hive mind. I'll show you what I've done there. Not a ton. Chew away at this mountain while we're walking by it. So there is the enclosure. We had started this last episode. It's not totally closed off yet. We'll do, I think, maybe most of this on camera, but in a future episode. Maybe next episode, I'm not sure. But again, the idea is we enclose this whole thing in reinforced concrete so it can't expand out of that. And then give it kind of a portal where it can continue to grow. And then we'll set up some sensors basically where if it grows too far, we'll stop feeding it, stop forcing it to grow until we mine back some of the hardened resin. So that's coming in a future episode. The other thing I'll show you over here, I kind of dug all this out and flattened it. Before we had some coal processing going on over here and enriching. And we were powering a set of ablators and liquefiers on a couple sides. I've taken all that out for now. And then I've just set up this temporary mining setup where I just literally send power into a battery, come by every once in a while, or every time I'm in the area, I'll just take some of the coal out of here. We've got a couple deposits. These are all isolated, these 2 deposits. So they're not going to cause any problems. They're completely in the enclosure here. There's reinforced concrete underneath that ore deposit. Same thing over here. This one's starting to look a little thin. You can tell by the blocks. So that'll be gone before long anyway. But we'll come back to this project, and you can see the overmine there is fully exposed from our previous efforts at ablating and clearing some of this hard resin. But I've kind of got this stopped right now. I'm not feeding Minox to grow this because I want to get the enclosure done before this thing grows too far out of control. So this guy is pretty static for right now. Nothing really happening much. Let's climb up this mess if we can get up here and get out of here. I'll show you what's going on underground if I can again get out of here somehow. Put a block there and escape hatch here. Off we go. Chew away at this mountain, then we'll head down underneath the hub and see what's going on there. I've done a fair amount of work and thinking around kind of our power production and our coal refining. I've unlocked a few things from the tech tree and completed a couple of research projects. Let's see what's going on here. Here we are at the first level. And let me show you what's new down here, because there's a lot. It's a little bit different. I'm going to turn off the music. You can turn off the music in game by hitting Control, and then the M key is in Moon, I guess, or Mary. That turns off the background music. what do we have going on here? So up here on the ceiling, these are where our turrets are. Boom, boom, boom. So underneath the storage hopper, we've seen there before, there is a pyrothermic generator. Then there's a storage battery, and then there's a turret, right? So we've seen this before, and this is all being fed, in this case, infused coal. It was enriched coal. Now we've taken it up a step. I'll show you where that's happening. That is happening on the other side of this wall. So on this wall, you may have remembered I had some of these set up before with a coal enricher. So I'm routing raw coal ore over to this setup here. Boom. It gets split across these hoppers. And then looks like I've got 3 lines set up right now to process this coal. We've got coal going into an enricher that needs to be powered, and I'll show you that in a second. And then once it's enriched, it goes through another machine. This one looks the same, but it's different. It's a crystal coal infuser. You need to unlock this through the tech tree. I think it's crystal research. You have to check the wiki. There's a link to that in the description to see what the exact research is for this. I can't remember exactly. I think it was crystal dynamics or something. And then the infused coal is the end product, so that's super high efficient coal fuel source for us. And then that gets routed in 2 directions. One is down this way, and eventually that goes off into storage, and I'll explain that in a second. And then there's a turntable here that routes some of that back to the back of this wall, and that is where we are feeding pyrothermic generators to power this whole setup. So basically behind this storage, I've got a pyrothermic generator, a couple low, level 1 basic laser energy transmitters, just feeding low-end batteries, mostly so I can just see like what the power situation's like. It's obviously doing fine now because it's all backed up. And I got 1 pyrothermic generator that is powering 3 of the enrichers on this side. So 1 there that's being fed by the battery, 1 there being fed by the pyrothermic generator. And then if we've got a space here for another one if we need it, for another coal enricher. And then same thing at the top for the crystal coal infusers. They basically do the same thing. They just improve the coal, and same kind of thing. Pyrothermic generator behind here, a couple laser transmitters just pointing over to batteries. And again, we feed some of that infused coal back to this process to feed the generators, and this thing just kind of runs on its own, and now it's, will basically run forever as long as we're providing it coal. Or the other infused coal comes out into here, and this is a mass storage block. We're going to be building more of these, so you'll see it. But basically, let's see if I've got it on the hotbar, if I've got any of them. Not sure if I do. I got 1. I've got 1 mass storage block in my inventory. So basically, you place these guys down into an array, however you want, however big you want. These are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 by, I think this is like 9 or something. Not even that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7. This looks like it's an 8 by 7. But we can always add to it, add more blocks here on the ground. And then once you place it, if you hit the E key, boom, you'll see it goes stack size 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the highest you can go. And so anywhere from 1 to 6, you just hit the E key to toggle that, and that'll determine how high it stacks up the resources. So I obviously have them stacked as high as they can go. And this whole storage array, if we just point at it at the bottom here, it'll show stores 8,400 units of ore. In this case, it's the infused coal. And this is where it all comes in. We've got 3 basic mass storage stocking ports. These are really slow to store the resource. So that's why I have 3 hooked up to this single array. I'll take the product in and stack it up here. And then on the other side, we've got 3 output ports Again, these are level 1s. We can upgrade these later so that they move product faster. These don't take any power, the low level ones, so that's kind of nice. But I've got 3 of them all feeding into the same belt. That just kind of increases the throughput. And then up goes the infused coal to feed our entire defense array. So here's a cluster of 3 turrets here that are getting fed. Belts coming out here to a cluster of 3 turrets out at the far end. Sometimes I'll just empty one of these storage things so I have some infused coal on me. And then in the center, right above this block here, there's a belt pointing straight up. Then there's a storage hopper. I think that might even be a logistics hopper in there. And then above that's our hub. So I'm actually feeding some of this infused coal to our hub too, because that generates power and works like a power generator too. It does solar and it will burn coal. So that's what we've got going on there. That was our infused coal. And then I've got another storage array here. I need to get more storage blocks that I can put down here. But this one is just storing raw coal. Here it comes in on a belt. We've got 2 inputs. And it's just a local supply of coal that can get processed into the higher energy infused coal. So that's what's going on this side. And then I've got the same thing over here. Same exact thing. Mirror image, basically. What is this here? This here is the storage for raw coal. So raw coal comes in, goes into this mass storage array. There's currently 8,400 in here. Then comes onto a wall that is converting this into infused coal. It looks like I'm missing one here. What is this guy? Crystal coal infuser. Let's see if I have one in my inventory. I don't think I do. No, so I need to get another coal enricher. But basically, this is the same thing we just went over. It's just another implementation of it. Out comes the infused coal. Boom. And somewhere out the back of this thing, infused coal comes out, goes up, around, and basically feeds into the same network of our defense turrets and the hub. So we've got just 2 supplies of that infused coal, keeping our defenses powered. And I kind of wanted the storage here just so, like, visually I can tell is the power for our defenses in jeopardy. Like, so if I come over here and this looks fairly depleted, this big storage array, then I know I've got to hurry up and get some infused coal produced to power our defenses. So that's the first floor. We've been saving this floor mostly for defenses and power production. Mainly power production for our defenses, actually. And then the other thing we've got going on here is our bug part collection. Where is it? Not crazy about how foggy it is. I think that has to do with the game loading the world in or something. I just launched the game. Okay, our bug collection is over here. You remember a few episodes ago we set up routing and our little Falker beacons. These are the belts that are bringing all the bug parts over. We can see what we got. 8 stingers. A few things here. We'll just load them into our local inventory. And then any of the ruined bug parts come through here. This hasn't changed. These are being macerated or macerated into ore. Ooh, looks like I haven't emptied these in a while. Got lots of ore in here. So I'll collect these up. This needs to be reworked as well. We want to bring in the cryo hoppers and see if we can reassemble those ruined bug parts rather than just macerating them into ores. So that's another project that's on the list. And that's pretty much all that's taken place on the first floor. Again, it's super foggy in here right now. That should clear. The only other thing going on here is I've got some works floor excavators, auto excavators going, just clearing out more space for us if we need it. We are going to push our defenses out, but not now. That's that. If you got any questions, definitely put those in the comments and I'll try to respond. But that's our initial counter defenses taking shape. We'll push that perimeter out of turrets. We're probably going to push that out another, whatever, 25 blocks or whatever I've been doing for too long. And I'm thinking about adding another turret too. So we've got turrets here, here, and here up on the surface level. Thinking about adding one there and adding one here just to beef up our defenses. And it's super easy now to expand, right? We just pull off some of this infused coal, throw a power-thermic generator and a hopper down here, and a storage battery and a turret up top, and we're done. I mean, it's super easy the way I've got this set up right now. All right, let's go down to -20. This is where the bulk of our manufacturing is going to happen, or will happen. In this area, I've got a bunch of manual setups, right? So this is for gold foil, actually. I found gold. We're mining gold. I have a bunch of manual setups here, so I put, let's see where my gold is. I don't think I actually have it on my hotbar. But I can drag some gold bars into here. Boom. They run through an extruder into a little hopper, then a gold foil crafter machine. And then in here comes the gold foil. We'll need that for future things. I think for the smelters we need that. And then I've got one here for titanium housings. This is just like the tin housings, if you remember those. Same kind of thing. Supplied. Let's see. Do I have titanium on me? I've got some on me. Let's do that too. There's some titanium in here. Obviously, we want to automate this. For now, it's all manual. Throw in the titanium. It gets stamped. Has to go into a hopper in order to feed this guy, the housing crafter, and then this guy takes time to produce. And I've already emptied this, so there's nothing there. And then for these setups, for the machines that require power, I've just been throwing a power thermic generator on top and then a hopper up here with some infused coal. I can, I don't want to paint that. I want to, bear with me here. Trying to get on my hotbar where I've got the infused coal. I'm just going to hit the T key to fill these hoppers up. Got a few that require manual feeding here. Again, all this stuff is meant to be replaced with automated belting and production. So we're not doing it manually. There's only a couple I'm using right now, really. It's the gold, these titanium housings, and then back here I've got crystal. A crystal clock maker. In fact, there's probably some in here. Boom. I don't have any crystal on me. Over here, this used to be where I was just grinding down rocks. So any kind of, I'm doing a bunch of digging as we go down to the lower levels. A lot of manual digging and then kind of clearing this area out and trying to make it look open and nice. I get a bunch of extra rock, right, from doing all this. So originally, this little setup over here, just a bunch of hoppers so I can unload my inventory, and they were feeding into 2 powered macerators. And that was getting us the low level ore. We'd get like tin, copper, iron, and I'm not sure what the other one is. Can't remember. Let's see. Tin, copper, iron, and maybe lithium. Maybe lithium through our macerators. But I've changed this over to actually produce construction paste. So I've got 2 construction paste grinders here. Those do not require power. I've got a power thermic generator here just from before when I had the macerators. I left it there in case we do change this over to macerators. But basically what goes on over here is I just grab some rock I want to get rid of, fill these hoppers up. Again, this could possibly be automated later on. You can't really mine rock in an automated fashion yet. There is going to be, I think, a quarry machine later on that will produce a bunch of rock that we could run through here. But for now, I've just been filling up these hoppers. There's 5 of them, or no, there's 10 hoppers, so that's 1,000 rock going through. Construction paste grinder processes that pretty quick and just dumps them into these hoppers. And every once in a while I come by and just collect this stuff up. I don't spend a lot of time here. It's just if I'm over here, I'll do this. And that construction paste is what we're using to build the reinforced concrete that we've got around our hive mind, or our hive mind enclosure. So it's these blocks. Just put it on your hotbar and it consumes construction paste as you build them. In fact, it looks like when we destruct them, we get construction paste back. You can see on my hotbar in the last position over on the right, it shows I have 0 reinforced concrete even after I build and grab one of them. And then the inventory, you can see I've got 25,000 construction paste. So we're in good shape there. That's all that is. There's all the manual setups we talked about. Some of these I'm not even using anymore. Here's our research lab. I've done quite a bit of research off camera because it takes so long to do. But while I've been digging and reworking things, I've just had this thing run just so we can move things forward. There's no research to do right now. We've got a few projects we can pick from, but I don't think I have anything that I need. I've been holding off on the spider bot. The spider bot's cool, but I'm holding off on it. A little buggy for me in the past, so I'm just not super enthusiastic. We've got an advanced power grid research to do, but I don't have these ultimate experimental pods being created yet. I think I've got plenty simplified and basic, but these ultimates I believe are titanium, and I'm not making those yet. What else we got? Intermediate mining upgrades. That one takes 35 charged experimental pods. I don't have those automated either, and I don't think I have that many on me. Rolling stock. This one is actually, I think, what we want to end up doing next. Again, it takes these ultimate ones, which I don't have. These extra large experimental pods, I have made some of these. I believe these are out of nickel. And I'll show you where I've been making those. But let's just take a look and see what this research is about. Hit H, jump in here, boom, tells me what the formulas are. This is going to unlock a whole bunch of stuff. Mine carts. And I guess it's mostly mine carts. And then track for those mine carts. So this is basically like, I think, little trains to move things mainly horizontally across the different levels. This is going to come in handy for us. I've never used these before, but these could come in really handy for us, especially at the lower levels. I don't think they are susceptible to Minox. So it's a way to move a bunch of product horizontally without having to protect all your belts with laser turrets. I think that's my understanding. So I haven't tried them yet. We'll have to do that. Again, we're on the second floor. Over here, we've got, we've seen this before. This is was automated with iron. So I had iron ore coming in from our lift. We'll see that in a second. We've seen that before, but we'll see it again. Iron ore was coming in, and then I had it routed into 2 lanes here. One that produces plates is that lane. And one that produces, I think it's PCBs, printed circuit boards. And then those 2 things get combined, pardon my camera work here, into this machine here that I've got highlighted, the research assembler, and it's the one that makes the these guys, experimental pods that we need. So I had that going with iron, kind of automated. We have, let's see, 265 of the iron ones, so 265 intermediate experimental pods, and I've already spent a bunch of these already on research. I'm not sure how many more we actually need. I've temporarily shut off that flow of iron, added some storage hoppers here, and I've just been feeding this manually with nickel in order to get these guys, the extra large experimental pods. I'll grab those out of inventory. Take a look. How many we've got of those? Whoops. Sort by type. It looks like I've got 91 of those experimental pods made out of nickel. I still don't have the ones made out of titanium. I've got a few made out of gold here. The advanced. But anyway, that's kind of what this setup is all about. Manual production of experimental pods. Over here, I've got a bay that is sending power down. I think this is all going to -40. And this was just feeding automated excavators. We'll take a look down there in a minute. Here I've got automated production of rack rails. That was full. 100 there. 13 there. This just takes gears, power, and a rack railer. Got tons of gears, so I'm going to empty this. And we use those rails actually to set up our cargo lifts, right? So it's 2 rails per block, per block down, right? So if you're going 50 blocks down, you need 100 rails. And 50 blocks down isn't that far. This is where the iron comes up. We've seen this before, right? Cargo lift brings up the iron from, I think that's going down to -70 to get it. Then feeds a few hoppers to quickly unload it. Iron comes through, gets smelted on a basic smelter, and stamped into plates, and then turned into gears. And then some of those gears go to make rack rails, and some of those gears go here into storage. I can grab these out. There's probably a ton of them. We look in my inventory. I've got 6,000 6,000 iron gears. So again, this is just one of those things where when I'm in the area, I just empty this stuff out and let it run. I don't have to manually feed it. That part's all automated. Then what do we got? Second floor. This is where we are going to be bringing up all the ore from the lower levels. So in the design that I have, or that I've come up with, it may not be optimal, but I just thought it'd be fun. We've got a bunch of tunnel shafts that go way down. In fact, all of these shafts go down to level -200. And they're 3x6. So 6 this way and 3 wide. And I've got a bunch of these set up. Now this is probably gonna change. What we've got set up now is I had it set up so that the first shaft is just for sending power down. So here's power going down to level 70. We've got storage hoppers feeding pyrothermic generators, and then laser energy transmitters. So that's sending 3 beams of power down to level 70, and then this was going to be 3 beams of power going down to level 80. Then the next shaft would be 2 cargo lifts. We've only got 1 right now, so this would be a lift bringing ore up from level 70. This would eventually be a lift bringing ore up from 80, and so on down the line, right? Got a bunch of these shafts set up for this. In fact, I think I started labeling them. So 90 lift, 100 lift. This would be power down to 110, power down to 120. I think I'm going to change this up when we actually start doing it, building this out more, which is going to be soon, so that it's just, you know, this is level 90's power going down, and this is level 90's lift. This is level 100 power going down. This is level 100 a lift. I think that makes a bit more sense. It's just a little bit easier to understand what's where. But I've got a bunch of these. So between episodes, you didn't miss a whole lot. But down at level 200, I've been moving an auto miner, just like we saw at the top of this episode, where I'm taking out that mountain. Down at level 200, I had an auto miner just, you know, building these shafts for me. The downside is, the plus or minus, the upper downside, depending how you look at it, those auto miners will not remove the ore, right? So in a way, that's great. I can go harvest this coal. We didn't lose it. But in a way, it's like I can't put a cargo lift here until I clear out this coal. And I got to do it manually, and it's kind of slow. That's the, you know, that's kind of the downside of these shafts. And there can be a ton of ore. This one looks pretty clean as we look down there. There can be a ton. I've had to clear out quite a bit out of some of these shafts. I haven't gone through all of them, obviously. Got quite a bit through here. And then here again, just like over at the hive mind, when I see a chunk of ore here that's not worth like automating and setting up power and all that stuff, I'll just set up a battery, a storage hopper, and a mining drill. And then when I come by, I'll throw some power in and grab the ore. It's just, you don't have to do that. You can auto mine it and get, I mean, you can mine it with your hand laser here and just get rid of it, but you'll get more ore if you do it that way. So that's what I'm doing. Just, again, just for fun. It's a little silly. All right, let's see. We're still on floor 2. This is where all the ore is going to be brought up from levels far, far deep. I think we may change this, actually. At a minimum, this is where we're going to be sending the power down to each level. Because, you remember, pyrothermic generators stop working, or they work a lot less efficient once you get below 25 meters. So here at 20 meters, we can get the full power out of our pyrothermic generators that are burning the, right now they all switched over to the infused coal. So we'll definitely be sending power down. I'm thinking we may not want to bring the ore up to this level. Because it needs to be sorted and routed. And, you know, this one right now is bringing up iron, but eventually it's going to bring up something different from level 70. There's more ore than just iron at level 70. Eventually we might be bringing up coal or tin, who knows. So I'm thinking about doing something a little different there. I think last episode we saw kind of hypothetically what a smelting operation might look like. I've got kind of like a placeholder here for ore smelting. This one could be anything, maybe tin. And then we looked at this wall, my kind of clumsy explanation of how I'm laying things out. Here on level 20, smelting, doing some product manufacturing that requires the just tin in this case. And then off to the right, or off to the left, sorry, on level 20, we'll do complex manufacturing that requires more than one type of metal. And just build out those factories kind of maybe across this way. Then the next floor down is routing. We're going to see that next. And the next floor down is storage. We're going to see that too. There's nothing else here. Well, one more thing. Let me show you a couple more things on this floor. It's temporary stuff that we're going to rip out, but I should show you it anyway. What do we got? One thing here that's not temporary. So up top at the first level, -10, we saw the infused coal production that we've got right near our defenses. I've got kind of a larger scale one set up here. It's the same thing, right? In coal enrichers, coal infusers. There's no storage arrays here for material. That's all a couple levels down. We'll see that. Basically, coal comes in. We'll see where it comes in down below. But coal, got a sign here. Coal ore from storage. So underneath here, boom, is a belt bringing coal up from down below. Boom. Fill this in. And then it goes into a priority splitter. Once it comes up from below, this priority splitter will send everything to the right until the right is full, and then it'll send it to the left. So I've got to the right, I've got that coal going up to level 10. Got a sign up there. If I hit the Zeta key, coal ore from storage just lets me know that's what's on this belt. So I'm sending coal up to the coal refining that we've got going, feeding our defenses. That's the priority, right? We want to make sure that that has a consistent supply of coal. So that's the priority. As long as that belt is full, then this splitter will send product off to the left. And to the left is just more infused coal processing. The output of this coal, the infused coal, actually goes back down to storage. You can see a sign there, infused coal to storage. Actually, yeah, you can see that there. And we'll see where that storage is. Coal comes up from below, gets processed, gets sent back down, basically, into storage. And then I've got just some couple local veins here that are just being mined. One I've got being mined just with a battery. I'll feed this up. It's almost depleted.
Low energy.
And this coal, let's see what I did with it. I think I'm just feeding it straight into processing. Yeah, it's just feeding this line to processing. Most of the time, the coal deposits would be sent down to storage. But since I've got the processing right here, I'm just belting this straight over. Hopefully that makes sense. And same thing here, except this one is fed actually by our little wall here, where I've got some excess power in this battery. So I'm just mining coal here. This one, where the heck is that going? This coal, I'm not sure why I did this. Maybe I was just experimenting. This coal actually goes down to storage. So this deposit, even though it's right next to processing, I set it up so that the mined coal routes its way down into storage. And we'll see what that's all about. In fact, this whole wall here is meant to have belts that are going to send ore from this level that we mine on this level down into storage. Let me show you that. Let's put a sign here just to illustrate. If I can find my signs. Boom. This might be tin or storage. Boom. We can send it down. Because we want to clear out the ore over here. There's probably a bunch. I think there's a bunch of copper here somewhere. Right here. Bunch of copper. We want to send that all down into storage and then eventually back up to somewhere where we're smelting it. But I just don't have that set up yet, so but we'll get to it. And then I've got work floor excavators just clearing us out some space here. I move these periodically. I can show you how I do that too. These are level 1 work floor excavators. Eventually we're going to get better ones. And I had a viewer recommend the next level ones, so we're going to try them. But basically I just take those things down. Grab a block, pop it down, boom. One of these. Hop up twice. And then I have to put 2 concrete blocks here, any kind of stone. Boom, boom. Just so I can place the next excavator. These top 2 portions of it don't have a hitbox. Then do the same thing. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Pop the top one down. Hop off of here. I can clear these out. Now I've got 3 work floor excavators stacked on top of each other. You can see here my power has run out. The reach has run out. I can't reach this. What I do, I hop over the beam, scroll over on my hotbar to basic energy transmitters. You could use the higher powered ones if you want. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I just take out the 2 that I don't need. Or the 4 that I don't need in this case. Hopefully that makes sense. Then this thing will get power. It's slow, but I've got so many of them to do that I'm not in a hurry. By the time I get back, this will be cleared out just like these are all cleared out already. We'll move these later. I'll do that off camera. Just clearing out more space for us to work. All right, let's see one more thing on this floor. Then we'll go down a level. Basic coal mining here. That coal is being sent back there for processing, I think. But way back here, I do have some automation going on. I'm sending over the infused coal for fuel. Chip away at some of this rock while we're going back here. And what do we got going on? We've got tin coming in. There's a deposit way out here. Kind of mined out a few deposits already. Way out here somewhere. There was some over there. That line is dead now. Down here, I found some tin. Let's see how much is over here. Just scan this real quick. Boom. 6.19 million. That's going to help. That's going to help a lot. So we shouldn't have to mess with this line. I got a bunch of drills down there. We could improve those with special drill bits. We may get to that later. Right now it's just basic, a bunch of basic drills crammed in as much as I could. Logistics hoppers and belts. And fused coal coming in to power pyrothermic generator. There might be, is there just one? Maybe just one pyrothermic generator over here, it looks like. Powering all this mess. And that's where the tin's coming from. What's going on over here? This looks like this needs to move. this was the copper, and it looks like I actually mined out all of the copper. I just need to move this over. For some reason, it didn't connect up with this copper deposit, so I'll have to fix this or update this to get copper. Or not. That's awfully strange. Oh no, this was a small tin deposit. This was another small tin deposit sitting next to the copper. That's why it's being belted in the same path as the tin here. So that needs to be cleared out. I got tin coming over here. What else? There was copper coming in on this belt. Let's follow this back. Let's follow this back for a second. Like, I've been doing so much like underground, deep underground, that my mines have been exhausted. So I need to move and find a new source. Yeah, looks like here, yeah, you can see all the ore that's been cleared out here. And these floating mining drills. This will need to get moved back. I think I thought I had some more copper back here. Gotta find some copper. Anyway, I'll have to find a copper deposit. And again, eventually we don't want to be like chasing after copper and tin and sending it off to a factory and rebelting and rerouting. We want to route all our new ore down into storage, one centralized place for the ore, and then from that storage location route it to one centralized place for smelting, and then one centralized place for manufacturing, right? We don't want to do all this chasing around. But in the early game, I guess I can still consider this the early game. I'm kind of stuck chasing after ore deposits and throwing belts down. But basically, once that copper comes in and we've got the tin coming in, we're producing a few different things here. This line, this first line, is getting us the lightweight machine housings. These are slow to build. And it's just pure tin required for those, but they are slow. Then in this line, I think this is just tin as well. This line is actually producing... Oh, there's none there. Maybe it's... Oh, I think I have this turned off. Let me see. I do. I have this line turned off. You can see this belt here is turned. I'm going to turn that back on, since we've got an abundance of tin now. This line's going to produce primary upgrade modules that we use for crafting. I can show you those in my inventory at least. They are right here, 5th row down, kind of towards the middle. 849 of those. Those are used for certain crafting. We have plenty. Got probably maybe more than we need, but these are consumables that we will use. And then this last line is the one that's taking in the copper. Right? This is meant to be the copper belt coming in. Boom. And this produces level 1 conveyors. And they get turned into level 2 conveyors. Along with copper plates, I think, is usually in here. Or no, copper wire. I'm sorry, copper wire. Conveyor belt level 1s. And then over here are tin plates. Combine those 3 things together in this machine here. Conveyor crafter, and out come these guys, conveyor belts. These are kind of the level 2 conveyor belts. I'll just grab these. We're in good shape on all this stuff right now. If we look at the inventory, we've got 533 lightweight machine housings. Again, tin only, so those will keep getting produced. We just turned on the line for primary upgrade modules. Those will get produced. And then conveyor belts will not be produced until we get copper, but I've got 7,200 of those, so we should be in good shape. Again, all this is going to get replaced and better automated than what we've got now. Let's go down. I know this is a long episode, but I just want to get you caught up, fully up to speed with where things are at. Let's go down. And one of the biggest things since last episode is just getting this coal processing set up so that we're refining coal and we've got a good supply of it. Let's head down the stairs here. Boom. I've used the concrete blocks for my stairs. That speeds up the time traversing them quite a bit, actually. It's a lot faster going up and down. Okay, now we're on level -30. And this whole floor is meant to be logistics. We have to clear out ore, right? It's going to have plenty of ore deposits. These all need to be cleared out and routed to storage, processed. This floor is mainly going to be about belts. So that's what we see going on here. I've tried to put some signs on them so we can keep track of what's what. So there is infused coal coming up from storage, and we'll see storage is the next level down. And that infused coal is going up over here. Follow this belt down. We won't trace all these belts, but I'll just show you kind of the general way I've got it organized. Infused coal comes over here, over here, over here. And if I hit the Z key, I can zoom in. Boom. Infused coal from storage. That is going up to the -10 level to feed our defenses. So it's supplying infused coal from storage to feed our defenses. Now, we've got coal processing and refinement already up there and storage, but we're shoring that up with extra infused coal from way down here. That makes sense. And what do we got? I got another belt here sending, I think this is raw coal, maybe. Nope, infused coal from manufacturer. So this is an incoming belt from the second floor. We just saw this where we're making the infused coal on the second floor down, -20. This is that product coming down and going into storage. So it's being routed across this way. It looks like the belt's moving here, so we are actually storing it. Down, 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 down. Over, down, and over here. Infused coal to storage, and it goes down a level. We're about to go down there. Stores that product. So again, this whole floor is going to be about belt logistics. So hiding all that belt spaghetti and trying to localize as much of it as we can to this single floor, and then we'll try and make liberal use of these signs so we know what's going where and what belt is from where and things. And then we still have to clear out the ore here, so this has to be mined. I don't know if I've got much, if any, mining going on this floor right now. There's a work floor excavator way in the distance there. What else? I've got some legacy power generation here that I'm doing at level like 25 or 24. This needs to come out. In fact, is it still? Oh, I'm going down. All right, we're on the 4th floor. Yeah, so anyway, there's a little bit of power generation. I'm going to rip that out. It's temporary. All right, here we are on the 4th floor, -40. This floor is supposed to be all about storage. So what have I got set up so far? I've got, looks like infused coal here. Got a big storage array of this. There's 9,300 units of infused coal. As we produce more mass storage blocks, I'm going to make this a lot bigger. Maybe have multiple. So right now I've only got 2 products I'm storing down here. Infused coal, you can see it here. I'll show you, there's a little detail here that's kind of interesting. Probably should put a sign on this one. Here's the infused coal, I believe, coming from the -20 level where it was manufactured. Comes down and feeds into a priority splitter here. So the priority splitter, you can't really configure it. It's going to send to the right first, and then if that's blocked, it'll send to the left. So I'm saying send the infused coal this way and all the way back up to wherever it's needed. So this is a belt going up to probably level 1, -10, I think, to feed our defenses is what this belt is. So I'm saying don't bother putting it in storage if someone needs it. That's what this belt's all about. Boom, goes up. However, if no one needs it or this belt is saturated, Go ahead, priority splitter, send it off to your left side, which is over here, and send it into storage. The storage, like I said before, it's kind of slow. The way we've got it set it up with these level 1, they call storage or storage stocking ports. They're kind of slow. So I don't want to force it through storage if I know we need the product. And that's what this little splitter is all about. So hopefully that makes sense. That's the explanation. Rewind it if I'm explaining it too fast. But that's kind of what's happening here. Go through the splitter, prioritize sending it to who needs it. And as long as no one needs it right away, go ahead and send it into a big storage array. And again, we'll be expanding these. And the other product I've got being stored right now early on is coal. Same exact methodology here. If you look at this sign, here comes the coal ore that's targeted for storage, coming from anywhere above. Right now it could be the third floor, or the second floor, or the first floor. Coal comes down, immediately goes into a priority splitter. If someone needs it right now, go ahead and send it directly to them, send it back up. And if no one needs it right now, go out the left side and find your way into a big storage array. That's what that's all about. These blocks are just meant to mark the footprint. This is how far I was going to go out with these storage blocks. Here's another one of those temporary little miners. It has exhausted its little block of coal or whatever was here. Copper in this case. I can just take these up, put them back in my inventory. That's just how I'm clearing up these like nuisance deposits and trying to still get the maximum ore. Like any floor, we've got ore deposits we need to clear. So I've got some mining going on here, it looks like, and being fed into this whole storage setup. And I've got turrets set up. Let's talk about turrets. So down here, if we hang out down here for a while, we're going to find a bunch of these guys right in front of us. Right now, I only see one, but if we hang out down here, there will be like 3 or 4 around every one of these turrets. You can see here they come. These guys will start clustering around anywhere where we've got power being transmitted or stored. And they will eventually either hop onto a battery and start stealing power, or hop onto a laser transmitter and start stealing power. Be cool if we could see that on camera. They light up like fireworks, and you can, they'll catch your eye. As long as you're down here to see it, you'll become aware of it right away. But they don't. It takes a while for them to do it. The way to prevent it, once they hop onto something and start stealing power, your turrets will detect that and shoot them and take care of the problem. But you want to make sure that your turrets always have power themselves. So what I do to handle that, got my turret sitting on a power storage block. And then in this particular case, I've got power leaving that storage block in 2 directions. One going to feed our excavator, auto excavator, clearing out floor space for us. And then I've got another laser turret that's shooting power up to this battery, and that's just powering the 3rd layer of our auto excavator. So what I do to make sure that this battery has power for my turret is I go into these laser transmitters, hit E, and I toggle this. I don't know if I've showed you guys this before or not. There's a toggle here. One is fire constantly, which means just always send power if you've got it. You click it again, and it will not send power unless this battery that it's hooked up to is full. So that's what I have it set to, because I want to make sure my turret always has power. So when he's firing on these guys, he doesn't run out of power, and then one of them jumps on, starts stealing power, and he never gets the chance to recharge. But the same thing with this one. I've got it set to wait for full battery. And I've done that mostly for the ones where the turret is sitting on a battery. And I sometimes do it on this one here too. Say wait for full battery, because this battery at the bottom is the one that's feeding the one that the turret's on. Hopefully that makes sense. If we, if I get out my laser and I fire on this camel bot here. Bear with me. What do I got? The paint gun? Here we go. If I fire on this guy, he will aggro, then the turret will detect that he's on attack mode and he'll get shot. Let me attack this guy a little bit. Boom. And now you can see my 2 laser turrets took that guy out. You can come down when you want and take these guys out. See how there's a bunch of them since we've been hanging down here? A bunch of them have shown up. As long as they're near a turret, you can just hit them a couple times and the turrets will take care of it. But you want to have these turrets around your power sources and your laser transmitters to prevent these camel bots from jumping on there and stealing your power, because they will do it. See how many there are? There's just a ton of them. Whoop. Ooh, that ghost got me, or slime got me, I should say. So again, I don't have to worry about these guys. They won't hop on these machines, my excavators. But transmitters and batteries seems to be where they like to jump on. As long as you've got turrets there, got one here, they won't be a problem for you. It's just something you need to protect. And again, if we see, it'll be interesting to see if we can see one hop on a battery and you'll see it. Anyway, back to the overview. Storage. That's what's going on down here. We need to clear out more floor space and lay out where we want storage for copper, tin, titanium, crystal, all the different ores. And then we'll need to consider if we want to actually store like the bars, tin ingots, tin bars, iron bars, all that kind of stuff down here as well. That's what this level's for. We're still not at level 80. Minus 80, I think, is where the Minox, where we got to worry about those. So my belts are safe. I can have belts like this all unprotected, and I don't have to worry about Minox coming on here stealing my ore. That's why it's a good place for storage here. Take advantage of these early layers. And if we want, down the next level, I don't want to take that shortcut. Where's my stairs? Let's go down a little bit more. See, there's one getting ready to. Now, he's right next to the power storage block, but he's not taking power from it. It's very evident when they do. In this case, that one's protected anyway. So if he does, he'll get killed. So I don't have to worry about it. Let's go down to 50. Nothing going on down here. I don't have this cleared out at all. We could, if we want to, put more storage down here. Again, we're safe from Minox at this level. There's another camo guy right there. Don't want to get too close to those. If you noticed, my turrets up at the next level actually shot that guy. So the turrets can go through rock and blocks. All right, we're down here at 60. Again, nothing going on here. If we wanted to, we could clear this out, use it for storage. We're going to eventually mine ore that we discovered. I don't know if there's any right here, but eventually we'll discover ore, feed it to one of these shafts where we'll have a cargo lift, send it up to storage. Let's go down a little bit more. This we saw several episodes ago. This is where we are mining iron and sending it up on the lift. Here comes our lift. All right, we got storage hoppers just like we do up top. These fill up with iron ore, load up the cargo lift. Here's where we're mining it. We're down at minus 70. Again, I've got the turret set up here. See if I have this one set up right. Yeah, wait for full battery. So we've got turrets basically just protecting our power transmitters from the camo bots. And we got a bunch of iron here. We're just routing it. Nothing too magical here, but basically this is how we're going to mine ore on pretty much all of the floors initially. Set up ores, route them over to a cargo lift, and that's it. And then let someone process them up above. Once that's depleted, we'll pick some other ore deposit, mine it, and do the same thing. Got a bunch of ore down here. Let's go down to level 90. Nothing going on here at 80. I guess I have one work floor excavator, probably way off in the distance. Not much really happening over here. 90, I have something happening that I want to show you. Here we are on 90. Down this way. Here's where our shafts are. We don't have anything going on over here, I don't think. We got one excavator. I should move that and clear out some more space for us. Not urgent. Back this way. We're at minus 90. And we've got a little farm here. These are Minox, right? They're sitting on belts. And why do I have Minox sitting on belts down here at minus 90? We are right near, I believe, the overmind. The active overmind that we want to harvest resin from. So earlier, I was feeding these guys some coal. I just grabbed some coal out of here and feed it to these Minox. They consume the ore, and then they, in turn, feed the overmind, which produces more resin. I'm not going to feed them right now. I don't think we're going to need to use this method because we've got a device called the hive mind agitator that we can use up top. Feed that thing some power, and that'll prompt the overmind to grow and produce resin for us. But I think that's only with the Adventurers DLC. If you don't have the Adventurers DLC and you set up a hive mind farm, and we'll get to that in a couple episodes probably. You're going to want to maybe do something just like this, where you've got a way to feed Minox so that hive mind grows. This is very rudimentary and kind of manually fed. I used this early on to get our initial supply of resin. I just wanted to show you this. This is one way to do it. All you do is lay down some storage containers, put down belts, and throw some ore in there. But I'm using mini storage hoppers. I was feeding them like 10 at a time, and that was plenty for what we needed to do. If you're setting up a huge hive mind farm, it gets a little more complicated, but you'd be wanting to feed these guys more. Right now, they're not doing any harm. There's no ore down here, so I'm just going to leave them. That's what's going on there. Let's go down some more. This is the mega tour of everything going on. And then we'll get to work next episode. Let's see, level 100. I don't think there's anything going on here till maybe 140. It's got some basic digging out. Again, I've converted all the stairs to reinforced concrete. It's a lot faster going up and down the stairs. Nothing going on these floors. Kind of left as much of this ore here as I could so we can harvest it later. 140. Way down here. And usually when I'm walking down here, I just kind of chip away at the rock that's nearby. That's why it looks so horrible right now. I figure I might as well mine some while I'm down here. Okay, we're down at 140. Here is the shaft. Where is it? Yeah, way over here. Way up top at level minus 20. We're sending power down here. This was the shaft meant for level minus 140 where we're at. I'm sending one little beam of power down here. Routed over this way. Here's our storage block and our turret. We've seen that before. Got this guy set to wait for full battery. Make sure this guy always has power. And then as long as he does, I send over to another battery here, a couple mining drills, and this is a bunch of, I think, lithium. See how much is left. 3 million. Not bad. That's a huge deposit. Pretty cool. I don't have cargo lifts set up over here yet. So I've just got a bunch of storage hoppers, but at least I've got the power routed. I can just come down here and collect lithium when I want. Again, this is kind of a temporary deal. My inventory's full now. I can't grab... let me show you something else. So it says my inventory's full, right? Boom, boom, boom. Can't grab any more ore. We go in. One little quirk with the game. it doesn't stack things to the max. So here's our lithium, 132, 119, 97, 96, 88. I don't know why the game doesn't stack to 150, but if I just drag these stacks to 150, it just freed up another spot for ore. So again, odds are you wouldn't be doing this long term, this little approach, but if you do, and you're collecting ore from multiple storage bins like this, then just keep in mind that it doesn't seem to stack fully. You have to go and do it yourself, which is crazy. But anyway, another thing to note, down here at level 140, we do have to worry about Minox. So there's a reason got a bunch of storage hoppers next to each other and you don't see a single belt. Now I could, because I've got defenses here, I could set up a belt. Let's just do it to see it. Where's my belts? Here we go. Say I belt off of here for some unknown reason. Of course, there's no ore in that one. Let's go on this side. Belt. I want to be within range of our turret. Belt. Belt. And we hang out here for a second. Got other ore to mine down here. Here's a bunch of coal. Gonna kill a couple minutes of time because we're gonna see a Minoc pop on that belt probably in about, I don't know, 20 seconds, I'd guess. You just clear up some of this mess for a minute. Kill some time. Chew up some rock. Make this look not so horrible. Eventually I'll put auto excavators down here to clear this out. But it's not really urgent. I guess the next big step down here is getting a cargo lift, so we don't have to manually collect this ore. I'm just waiting for a Minoc to sprout over here. I think we'll see it. I'm going to give it another, I don't know, 30 seconds because they're fairly predictable. We just got to make sure our turret doesn't knock them off before we get to see them. Okay, it's the demo curse. Trying to demonstrate something, and of course it's not going to work on camera. I can't pick up this ore because my inventory's full. Come on, where are the Minocs? Where are the Minocs? All right. We're running out of patience. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. I give up. We're not going to see them, but we're basically, we're down at level 140. I'm not using belts down here because I don't want to have to worry about Minox just yet. Once we get the cargo lift down here, we will have to belt to that, and we'll have to just make sure we've got good turret defense to take care of Minox so they don't steal all our ore and cause the hive mines to grow uncontrollably. That's something to keep in mind. Let's keep moving on down. Back over here to the stairs. Let's go down and see what's going on deeper. Nothing going on until level 200. Let's keep pushing down here. I usually keep all the stair traversal stuff off of camera. I usually do this between episodes. So here we are at level 200. This is where most of our shafts end. So there they go, all the way up top. Bunch of shafts. We saw these up on this -20. There's a light that probably needs to go, but there's ore I need to clear. That's why that light's there. This shaft has some ore in the way. Here we go. Check this out. Perfect. This is what it looks like when a camo bot is stealing your power. So you'll see I don't have any defense over here. I've got laser transmitter, no defenses. Let's fix that problem. You could probably do this with the lower end power storage block. I'm going to use the bigger ones. I'm going to pop this guy down here. I mean, I could just take this out with my own laser, but I'm going to put a put a turret. I happen to have some on me, and I'm going to set this guy to wait for a full battery. And then we should see our turret just take care of that problem for us. Boom. Oh, there's another one. Well, I'm not sure if another one spawned or what happened there. So he's charging. Now that guy's gone. Can't grab the organic rock because got too much inventory. What I'm going to do, I'm going to spend 2 of those so I can get that organic rock to clear out my inventory. I had a couple blocks of junk. But yeah, these are where all the shafts go up from level 200 all the way up to minus 20. So every floor from whatever minus 30 to minus 200, we can set up mining drills and stuff. And you'll notice at the end here, we've got another shaft that goes way deeper than level 200. Let's go see what that's about. And this power's just going to nothing, apparently. Is there... Yeah, I don't even need power down here anymore, really. But this power was feeding an auto excavator. We're done drilling shafts down to level 200. We've got all the shafts we need to support cargo lifts from level... I think we're starting cargo lifts at level 7, maybe? 70 under the 200s. We got cargo lifts here. Let's go down some more. This is a long episode, but I want to get the whole overview done in one big long video. Here we go. We're into the cold caverns. Now, for the cold caverns, you need... I haven't mentioned it. I'm going to hit S for suit upgrades. Boom. You need this heater. Suit heater Mark 1. You want that. Look at the wiki and find out how to get it. It's one of the researches that, I can't remember which one it is, that will unlock this. So you research it, I think, in the research lab. Then you have to spend some research points to unlock this particular device. And then you can craft it and put it into your suit inventory. You can also put ore in here too, believe it or not. I thought you could. Take it back. I guess you can't. All right. But you want that before you go into the cold caverns. Otherwise, your energy will deplete super duper fast. It still will deplete faster than the other levels, but it's... at least you can survive a little bit. Down here at 220, I've got just kind of like we have for the lithium, except I'm feeding it with a battery. Mining drill, some hoppers, and then this particular mining drill, we've got this extra hopper here. And we put in organic cutter heads into a storage hopper set to remove only. These are required. You need either these organic ones or there's a couple other types of cutter heads that you can manufacture. We'll see those later, maybe. Not this episode, but we'll see those later because we're going to make some. But you need special cutter heads to mine into this crystal deposit. And then we've got crystal being dumped into these things. I can't grab it because it's my inventory's full. That's what we've got going on level 220. Again, this is something we want to automate and bring up via cargo lift and all that kind of stuff. We have to clear out a bunch of blocks just to even get to where our shafts are. Let's keep going down. There is nothing to see until 330 below. 330. So we'll get through the cold caverns here. Down we go. Okay, now we're out of that part. Let's get to 330. I'll show you what's going on down here. 310, nothing. 320, nothing much. Just some lights. 330. All right, does this look familiar? storage battery, a couple drills, and a whole bunch of storage containers. No belts, no turret. I don't need to worry about... oh, I kind of need to worry about this guy. In theory, we could get a camo bot to take the power out of this battery. I haven't seen it happen yet, so I'm not going to worry about it. But, and I don't have a good place to put a turret, right? Maybe back here I could slap one on. But yeah, battery, I'm just feeding my own power into a couple mining drills and a bunch of hoppers to hold, in this case, gold ore. Looks like they're going to let me pick up some of that. I'll take it. Gold deposit. Again, we want to automate that. But early on, to get some initial gold, this is an approach you can take. 340, let's go down to level 400. That's where the next bit of fun is happening. So we'll climb on down. There are lifts that are just like an elevator. I kind of want to try those at some point. It might be faster than taking these stairs. Another little tip or technique that I use when I'm down here clearing out these areas, sometimes I come down here and start drilling through all this stuff. You may find that you run out of power, and now I got to run all the way back up through the cold caverns, and you know, I'm going to just die of hypothermia. Every once in a while, I'll throw down a power block, and once I start working down here, I'll charge this guy up and go do my work, and then if I get distracted and run out of power, at least I know I've got a little emergency supply that I can draw from and make it back up to the surface, or make it up to the next battery or something. That's why that's sitting there. Kind of a leftover. This is all blocked. I could blast this out with my hand laser here, but I'm trying to preserve the ore, so I decided just to go around and then carve out a space down here. Try to preserve as much of the ore as I could. Probably overkill. All right, here we are in 400 now. Level 400. And then over here, boom, I've got another little setup. I can chew away some of this rock. I'm not going to be able to harvest it, but at least I can get it out of here. That's ore. Got an auto excavator here, clearing out space for us. I got to put more lights up, more torches. We've got a huge deposit of titanium. So pretty sweet. Down at level 400, I think you can find titanium higher than this. 2.5 million plus. Not bad. And then you kind of know what to expect here. Battery, a few mining drills, bunch of storage hoppers, bunch of titanium in there. Can't... they're letting me collect a little bit. This one I don't have to manually feed. We've got power being beamed down here. This is vulnerable to attack, it looks like. Maybe I'll put a storage block here. From the, this looks vulnerable to the camel bot stealing our power, so I'm gonna protect this. I know I've got turrets. We're gonna have to make more, but let's do that. Set this guy to wait for full battery. Then we've got some protection for these laser transmitters. Way back here, way back here. I've got power coming down. This is all the way from level 20. This power is coming down. There's another laser transmitter there. I suppose that is vulnerable too. To, maybe I can zoom. Boom. That guy may be vulnerable too to camel bots. So I probably should have a battery behind it. And then way up there, we can't really see it. But I'm sure there's another laser transmitter that's kind of connected, that's helping bridge the power. Send it down here. Basically, power comes down from level 20, feeds a battery. I happen to have a turret here. This guy is set to fire constantly. It should probably be wait for battery. Same with all these. Wait for battery. And what is that? This guy is a Arthur recharge station, right? You provide this thing power. It looks like it has an internal battery of 1500. So when you're coming down to these levels, and say I was drilling some of this stuff out, let's just sacrifice some more. I'll get my regular drill here. Right click, hold control. Say I'm mining this ore. And you can see my battery is depleting like crazy while I do this. Say I've got a bunch of stuff to clear out and I'm deep underground. And Arthur's recharging me, but now Arthur is depleted and he can't recharge himself. So if you place one of these Arthur recharge stations and you provide it power, this one's fully powered up. And then I just look at it and I hit the E key to interact. Boom, there goes Arthur.
Energy reappropriation.
He hops on and starts charging up. So those little recharge stations can be super useful if you're beaming power down and you want to have Arthur charge you as you're doing some other work down here. You know, or even in the cold caverns level, it'd be super useful where you're burning through energy really fast. I mean, I can come over here and take power off any of these batteries, but it's slow and I can only get a little bit at a time. Whereas once Arthur is charged, he just automatically feeds me power. And I think he stores about 1,500 himself. So if we mouse over the charging station, you can see it's draining the power out of it down to 750. Once he's fully charged, he'll just hop off and come join us. Or you can just look at the charging station and hit the E key again. Boom, I'll do that because I've got plenty of power. And he'll hop off. And so he's just taking a bunch of charge. So that's what that is, charge station. And we saw we're feeding a mining or a floor excavator and a titanium mining operation over there. And then over this way, way back here, chew away at the side of this for the heck of it. Big ore deposit there. We've got our old buddy, the auto excavator down here, creating new shafts for us down to the 400 level. These shafts will go all the way up to the surface. So there's no depth limit to where you can use these auto excavators. That's what this guy's doing. He's basically creating shafts for levels 200 and deeper for us to put cargo lifts and things. So he can harvest ore from these floors automatically and send it up via cargo lift. That's what's going down here on level 400. Yeah, that's really it. Let's head out of here. This battery is still charging. Fine. Like I said, I got a bunch of rock here in mind. I can't get it because my inventory is full because I grabbed all that lithium up at 140. That could probably be filled in. So, yeah, I mean, not much to see here, but I just come through and fill these guys in. Boom, 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 boom. That's basically how we build the different floors. You don't have to do this. You don't have to have levels like this at all. I mean, you can just drill down, you know, use your ore scanner, find an ore deposit, go straight to it, then build your own stairs wherever you want, or just use the grappling hook. I rarely use never use it, the grappling hook. I use it just by accident. You can try. Oh, that's a flare. Let's see, where's the grappling hook? Boom. That's also a fast way to get around. I never use it because it's so easy to fall and take damage, and it just slows me down, basically. Huge caverns, bunch of ore deposits to get from down here, but again, we want to do it automated. I don't want to set up a bunch of batteries, mining drills, and storage hoppers. I want cargo lifts and belts and things. All right, where am I? So I'm 400. Okay, yeah, we're heading back to the stairs. It's a little messy down here. Here's our stairs. Let's go down and see what else we got to look at. Over here is a big deposit of nickel that I found. 1 million left. Don't need to explain this setup. You've seen it before, but now that I've got power from Arthur's charged, I'm charged. I'm going to fill up this battery. At least a little bit. These bins are all full. I'll give that a little power. In the interest of time, I'm just going to keep moving. Let's go down. 420. 430. Nothing going on down here. In fact, there's nothing going down at nothing going on at any of these levels. But I'm just... Oh, wait a second. There is something going on here. Gotta be careful. There is a level that's dangerous. I think it might be this one. Nope. Yeah, it is. Okay. Excuse me. We're at level 480. And you can see at the top middle of the screen, it says Toxic Caverns. Soon as I go a little deeper, keep your eye on the top of the screen where it says Toxic Caverns right underneath. I think when we go underneath, we're going to get some toxic air or something. It's gonna, there it is. See the skull and crossbones? We blinking, do it one more time. There it is, blinking. We will take a lot of damage very, very fast if we hang out down here. So I've had to stop drilling. What we could do, there's a couple things. One, there is somewhere in the tech tree, there's going to be an upgrade for us to have like a particle filter or something that we can put in our suit inventory, just like the heater. I haven't unlocked that yet. I'll have to find it. But that should allow us to come down here safely and breathe and not get impacted by the toxicity. The other thing we could do that I didn't think of, if you remember several episodes ago when I was looking for the crystal and I couldn't get into the cold caverns because I didn't have the heater, I just came up top here from a safe spot, got out my ore scanner, and did ping unknown. So let's just see if there's anything unknown in the area here. There's a bunch of unknown right below us. Right? So I'm in a safe area. Let's see if I just drill down here. I'm just going to drill a hole. We'll patch this in a minute. I want to see if I can get down close enough just to scan it. Whatever that unknown ore is. I don't need to mine it. I don't need to do anything. Whoa, gotta be careful. I think I gotta get up. Let's see if I can get close to whatever that unknown material is and scan it from a safe location here. Okay, I'm still mining. Mining. I can try to put a light down there. Does that help? I'll hit the Z key to zoom. Zoomed in. I'm just mining. Trying to see if we can get down to that unknown deposit. I just took out my torch. I'm going to put another one down here in a second. Let me just get this cleared out. Okay, unknown block detected. Unfortunately, these rocks are all going to be in our way. All right, let's go. Let's pop a torch down somewhere. Back to zoom. Torch. Nice if we could see something. Just took out my torch. It's all right. We're going to use the ore scanner here in a second. Okay, it says unknown block detected. Right above my hotbar. Press M. Let's try it. Let's see if I can scan. Scanning unknown block. Boom. Return to your research station. That's all I need to do. I don't even need to go in there. Let's patch this up. Hit the center mouse button. Pick a block that matches. Fill that in and let's head up. Let's see. That's as far as I go. As far as I can get, right? Without getting poisoned. Head up these stairs. Go ahead and hit the L key on your keyboard if you want to fast forward this video. I'm going to be going up 20 flights of stairs here. It doesn't take too long with the reinforced concrete blocks, but it can be a little unpleasant to watch. Let's see. I got to get over here. Wiggle through. We'll go up, scan that block, and that'll be the end of this episode. That is the complete tour of the fortress as it currently stands. Got a lot of work to do. The only thing we really got automated at this point as far as ore extraction is the coal. We've got storage set up for it. We've got routing. We've got refining. All of that is all belted nice and automated. Next, we're going to want to move on to like tin or something. Head up. You can see it's a lot faster. I don't know if you remember, but it's a lot faster going up these stairs with the reinforced concrete. Boom. Boom. And again, I do want to try the lifts at some point. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. But I believe there are lifts. Hopefully it's faster. There's also teleporters, and I've tried the first level teleporter and had zero luck getting it to work. So, but yeah, stairs. I'd like to find a better way. There is an advanced teleporter that I've seen used. I may try that, unlocking that, or like I said, these lifts. All right. We're going to go to the surface. We're going to scan that ore. Whatever we scan, whatever we got. Right here. Boom. Let's process that. Toxic cavern stone. All right. H. Let's hit H. Is there anything for that? No. Just nothing. Let's see. Chilled and poisonous. Caverns excluded. Crushed. Whatever. Okay. So that is that. We collected a bunch of lithium. I will pick that on my hotbar here and just send that into our little smelter. This could all be moved down levels. Kind of temporary. I just haven't taken the time to bother with it, but I'll send some more in here to smelt it. And we will call that an episode. Threat level right now is pretty low. Look at that, 300. That's going to ramp up once we get our hive mind farm going. That's going to be coming up in a future episode, 1 or 2 from now. And we need to start working on smelting and maybe work on getting tin and copper processed down here on the second floor. So that means storage, routing on the 3rd floor down, and storage on the 4th floor down. And then, you know, setting up some mining, maybe at these first few levels, to mine the existing copper and tin deposits, get those routed down, bring the ore up, smelt it somewhere like over here, and then decide what we want to do from there. Either send the ingots over and process them into, say if this was tin, we could do those lightweight housings here. But basically just proceed with the automation. Ooh, long episode, but hope that gets you up to speed with everything. If you get any questions about what you've seen in this little tour, this long tour, let me know. I'll try to answer them. And then we will get back to work next episode. For now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Special thanks as always to patrons and channel members. I just got a couple within the last 2 weeks. Really appreciate that. Super happy. That allows me to spend more time on the channel. Really appreciate that. Also, thanks to the few of you who have been giving the videos a thumbs up. I know it's easy to forget to do, but it does really help the channel grow, I believe. That's what I'm told. I appreciate it. If you enjoy the videos, give them a thumbs up. That helps my channel grow, helps the videos get more exposure, I believe. And with that, I will see you all in the next episode.